pero tinuod sad baya gyud. Okay. All right. So ang ako ang topic supposedly should
Sana
dapat
all.
siya sana all. So supposedly by tomorrow ang tanino na na-overlook lang kay murag I guess tomorrow mura siya kanang taas-taas gyud siya nga inyuhang paminawon. So that's why ni transfer ko karon so tomorrow tulo na lang ka topics. Am I right no, sir? Okay, good. All right. So basically, ako ang topic for today is all about research methodology. Right? So again, I am Margie M. Wakan from Hilasio C. Babao Senior Memorial National High School. Okay? So our session or objectives for this morning, we have two. So ano man ni siya? Okay, develop conceptual clarity and practical knowledge and research methodology. And the second, we're going to write the contents in the research methodology phase. So alam mo ka balaka mga higalas kahanginan no, mura tag DJ ani ay. Mga higalas kahanginan kay I know for sure sayon ra gid kaayo ni siya nga part sa ato ang action research. Alright? Kira ta?
Yes,
Nangatog
ma'am.
na. Okay, abi na ko nangatog
Kira,
na.
ma'am.
Okay, good. So again, I just want to remind everybody with regards to action research kay kung moingon ra ba tag research no malisang dayon tanong mo tag nakakitag abat ba research research, but actually for action research according to Watts of 1985, it is actually a process in which participant or the researchers examine their own educational practice. So that's why kung mo deal tag action research, we will look into our school practice and we are going to check as to how far or unsa man ang ato ang practice ka-effective, di ba? So that's why mostly sa ato ang mga action researches kay kuan siya more on experimental. So we're going to check um how effective it is. Sorry no kay ang wrong spelling akong session double E man ni oy. Sorry kaayo mga higalas kahanginan. Okay. So again, for action research, we're going to check our educational practice systematically and carefully using the techniques of research. All right. So again, when we say research, so there's actually two syllables, no, the re and the search. So meaning we're going to search again. That's why yesterday I told you that when we say research, it's creating new knowledge, no? And we cannot create new knowledge if we will not search from the past, di ba? Pareha ko na nang natay uyab noon. We cannot actually do better on the next relationship unless wa ta, wala ta na learn sa atong past. Kaigat ba ninyo eh? Okay. Next. So basically for our research methodology, ako lang ning i-present ang parts no under ani niya sa ato ang action research nga mura ba siya template. So on this part, it is being subdivided into subparts. So naatay research design. Second is research respondents or subjects. Third is research locale. Fourth is gathering procedure. And of course, the fifth is we have ethical issues. And the last but not the least, we have the data analysis. So sa inyong research methodology, mo ni siya ang mga subparts ng inyong pamutangan o content. Alright? Okay ra? Kumusta man mo diha? Na-unmute mo? Okay, okay ra mga higalas
Okay
kanginan.
kayo.
Okay
Haban
kayo.
ra, Ma'am Marge.
All right. So di mag-uul ha. Actually, I'm just presenting. Maingon niyo mo kadaghan ana uy. But anyways, those are actually the subparts of our research methodology. Again, action research nipis ra kay na siya. 17 pages, 25 pages will do. So dili kaayo ta daghan kaayo no isuwat no mga direct to the point lang ta. All right. So let's start with research design. unsa ka ng research design? Unsa ka ni siya? So according to DOTA of 2013, when we say research design, this refers to the plan, structure, and strategy of the research, or known to be the blueprint that will guide the research process. So basically, if mag-proposal ta, normally, no, if mag-proposal ta, so unahon na tanaw is ang atong title, then the SOP, and of course, the research design. Unsay ato ang blueprint in order for us to conduct the research. And then it is also a strategy for answering your research questions. It determines how you will collect and analyze your data. So again, this particular part in action research is very important because it's the blueprint, diba? Kung sa balay pa no, we cannot build our mansion. Gawas kung payag lang kay makabuild ra man jud our mansion if we don't have blueprint, right? So kung teacher pud no, according to them, dili according to not according to, pero ang ato ang blueprint is actually our lesson plan. No? We cannot actually teach without our lesson plans. But pwede ra good, pero we are bound with our duties and responsibilities to have lesson plans. So somewhat like ato lang siyang unsa na, matugbang ana nga mga situations. Okay? So when we say research design, so we are being directed to these two types of design. So we can have unsa man na type sa imong research. Is it quantitative research or are you into qualitative research? So these two types of research designs will be given or dished out to you further on the next sessions. Ako lang is to present this, okay? And then, when we say qualitative research, I know for sure some of us are actually proceeding na ta sa ato ang graduate school, and some of us are actually teaching senior high, wherein naa ang practical research 2 or practical research 1. So inyuhan na po ding nahatag sa inyong mga students, and I know for sure you know this already, but give me the chance to give it to you, ha? Okay, so when we say qualitative research, mga higala, so this is actually exploring the meaning of people in terms of experiences, cultures, and of course, a particular phenomena. So again, qualitative siya, so more on quality, no? Or sa experiences nila, what are their cultures, and what could be a particular phenomena. All right. And if we do quantitative research, so it's more on quantity. So this is actually to examine the relationship between variables. So again, variables, no, if we are speaking the language of mathematics, variables ka naman ng mga, ko ano, unsa gina Miss Candy, ang kanang atong variables in the language of math? Ma'am Candy? Murag na si Ma'am Candy diri. Ma'am Candy, are you still there, Ma'am Candy? Hello, gi-unmute ni mo sila tanan, Sir Curbs? Okay. Okay. Ari lang ta ni Sir Jason. Sir Jason? Kisa pa may math diri. Ngano na sila naningog, sir? Okay pa ni sila? Hello, people. Are you still there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, so ang kakuyaw lang gyud ani ato ang webinar no kay mga tuog ni sila. Okay. Yes, anybody from no from this group? Kisa gini mas dere.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Kinsa ni palihog?
Donna
Ah,
Kilaton, ma'am.
yes, ma'am Donna.
Ang mga variables, ma'am, parehas sa X, ma'am, good niya. Mga values, mga Y.
No, basta mga X,
Oh,
no,
kana sila,
variables
ma'am,
na
o
gina
mga
siya.
X. Pero nga nung pangitawang pa man na to ang value sa X, ma'am, no?
Ay,
Nagibiyaan naman ta.
mo sa gid na no, nga nung mangitam kita sa value sa X. O nga na sa jung si X, man jud per me. Mao gid na kay for for me sad X lang gid na per me, ma'am, no, kay naman siya gika-contribute sa ato ang life to make us better. O, di ba? Ikat kay mo do.
Jud, ma'am. Move on na lang, jud ta, ma'am, no?
Oh, so dapat no kanang mga relationships bak sa may virgin pa dere. Kana ato mga relationship status no kung nasakitan man ganita niya na ex na siya, pangitaa lang ang rason ug nganong ex na siya. Okay? Bawo na lang ninyo diha. Okay, so yes,
Go lang.
go lang gid laban na kita sa life ani COVID pa giduwagan pa na impas na kita ani. Okay. So basically, yeah, variables referring to no mga letters no represented by letters na siya sa ato ang math, but in the language of statistics, it's kind of different, and also in the language of science. I guess also variables are kanang napo na siya sa science kay more on kuan man sa na investigatory project bitaw, no? May I ask kuno from who are here kanang nag teach senior high? Nag-teach na tong senior high aside ni kailan man ko ni Sir Jason, senior high man na siya. Aside from Sir, di sila maningog Sir do, baw na lang. Kisa man diha. Wala.
Yes, ma'am.
Kinsa
Ma'am.
ni ma'am? Yes, ma'am. Kinsa ni ma'am?
Senior high school teacher, ma'am, from Kalangyawon, Jandy Abason.
Yes, ma'am. Jenly, no? Jenly Abasolo.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are you teaching kuan ma'am practical research 1 or practical research 2?
Actually, ma'am, ang handle na sa ma'am is the junior high teacher. Si Ma'am Mary,
Mm,
the powerful Mary Ann.
Mary Ann Himuta?
Yes, ma'am.
Lahira ginis cha Mary Ann. Sige.
Ma'am.
Okay, so wala man dyan mo tingog ninyo diha. Sige, padayon na lang ko eh. Alright, so variables actually we have three kinds, no? Three kinds of variables. So when we say variables in research, we are referring to characteristics. So natay tulo ka klase we have sa naman eh. So we have independent, the dependent, and the control variables. And the control, hindi mo siya magawas. And the control variable. Alright? So kung maingon tag independent, dependent, and control, unsa kaha ang difference nila? Anybody?
Ako, ma'am.
Yes. Hi, salamat Sir Jason eh.
Yes, ma'am.
Gahapon pa dyan ko nakita ni mo, sir.
Ang signal lang.
Yes, Sir Jason. So, yes, sir. Unsa ang independent, dependent, and control, gani, sir?
Pareha sa math, ma'am, kaning variable, gitawag mo na nato siya o arbitrary representation sa classes. Kanang gitawag nato og set, no?
Yes, sir.
Variable kay tungod, pwede man nato sa mailisdan, mailisdan sa bisag unsa. It could be numbers or it could be kanang pwede nato replacean one-to-one correspondence with the natural number ang mga categorical datas. In other words, may ilis-ilisan na gagawin siya. When you say independent, siya ang variable nga pwede nato manipulate. Just like the values of x, nga, pwede nato sa replacean kay gi-manipulate man nato siya. Parehas x kusog mang manipulate.
Naunsa naman ni hatong topic diri murag so gipang buwagan na mo diha.
Kasi
Mga bitter kaayo ma'am.
mao ni sang katong ibuagan ni ex. Isa man kasi mo mausab-usab. Depende
Mm.
sa value nga ihatag nato ni independent.
Mm.
Control variable siguro ang akong pagsabot ani kay kato siguro ni siyang grupo nga during the experiment siya ang i-control. Siya ang recipient sa mga traditional nga mga bahagi. Contrast with the experimental group. Ora to siya, ma'am.
Sige, sige. Thank you kayo, sir, sa imong mabulawan nung idea. Lami kaayo, sir. Basta mga ex, na gina siya, mailis-ilisan, na gina siya. Gito ako. Basta mga ex, mailisan, na gina siya. Okay. So, basically, yes, correct, no? So, for independent, isama ni si Ma'am Jean. Okay, lingaw kaayo basta mga ex. Ay, baw na lang. All right, so yes, now for independent, dependent, and control. So again, when you say dependent, as dependent, no, it seems that this is actually the variable that the researcher is looking into. Kay mo change ba siya for kung naatay buhaton sa independent, right? But for the control, these are the things nga, or these are the variables nga dili siya, murag dili, naara gid siya diha, present ra gid siya, no? So, mao na siya ang mga tulo ka mga characteristics nga atong tan-awon when it comes to research. All right? So, next is ako lang i-present ninyo ang the type of quantitative research design. So actually, we have two subtypes nga under po na nila naasad sila yung mga lahi nga subtypes. So we have here, first is non-experimental and the second is the experimental. So again, action researches, dili lang sad siya ingon nga experimental tanan, no? Because naama jud tay mga problema sa eskwelahan nga wala nagkinahanglan og experiment, no? Ay lang jud ipamugos. Right? So first we have for non-experimental, we have descriptive and correlative research designs. And for experimental, we have the true experimental and we have the quasi-experimental. So let's go one by one. So when we say descriptive, so a researcher is solely interested in describing the situation or case under the research study. So it is a theory-based design method which is created by gathering, analyzing, and presenting collected data. So if you observe, kung nakabasa mo mga researches, na dito no, this study is using descriptive survey, something like that. So basically, nag-survey ra gina sila no, gathering the data, and then they analyze it, they gather it, they collect, and then they analyze, and then they present the data. So ana ra gid siya. Okay? Next, we have correlative. So this is actually a type of research design that examines the relationship, the relationship between the dependent variables without manipulating any of the variables. And it is also assess relationships among natural occurring variables. So sa research naging mga relationships, no? Imo jud ang tan-aw ang mga relationships. So for example ani kanang mo tan-aw bitata mostly atong tan-awon kung kasagaran ba sa mga lucky, bright ba og math, no? The academic performance of the students vis-a-vis sa ilahang gender. So mo na siya ang duha ka variables nga atong tan-awon. So ang relationship nilang duha kung mas bright ba ang lalaki, mas bright ba ang babae in terms of mathematics. So that is one of the examples for correlative research design. Next, we have the true experimental. Sa kadi na ako makita. Okay. True experimental design. So research using designs that incorporate one or more true independent variables. So manipulation plus random assignment. So there's a strong for testing cause and effect relationship. So randomized post-test control group. We have randomized pre-test post-test control group design. And we also have randomized match control group design. So basically for true experimental and for quasi-experimental, both are experimental pero ang ilaha lang difference is this word nga randomize, no, well, random assignment, because for true experimental there is actually a random assignment of our um, respondents or for our subjects, research subjects or respondents. Dayon, I don't know, pero wala pasad ko kabasa jud no og research nga siguro gamay lang gid ako nabasahan nga mga researchers, but I haven't seen pa research good nga nag-true experimental design sila. Normally, in research, we do employ quasi-experimental. It's because kanang sa ato man good is we do unsa na, we do not deal with katujong ato ang ko ano mag random gyud ano. Normally we do kuan man, for example sa ato ang mga action researches, we do kana bitang purposive na no, purposive sampling na nga katulang ang mga bata nga ato ang na-identify nga need og intervention mo lang ato ang studyhan. So that's why. Next, we have the quasi-experimental. So this is a type of research. Di ko kita, sir. This is a type of research where a comparison is made as in an experiment but no random assignment. So mura gyud kalahian nila sa true experimental of quasi-experimental. There is no random assignment of participants to groups or course. For quasi-experiment or subject variable, so variable that allows comparison of groups of participants without manipulation. So again, kung maingon jud ta, mura gyud nilang kalahian no random assignment lang. Okay? Do you have questions so far? Or comment lang sa atuang chat box? No, I've seen here Golden Candy Gabuya, no? Si Miss Candy ningon siya control variable and changing and constant. Very good. Love it, Ma'am Candy. So yes, constant ra ginas control variable. All right. Move on ako. Hilig magutag move on, no? Mag-move on na ta. Unsa man?
Move on.
Move on. Okay. Okay. So basically, again, now for research design, you can do kung mangutana mo kung unsa ka nga possible research design nga kung para sa akong study, ma'am, no? So again, you can consult us, or if not, you can consult, no, magbasa-basa ta nga what are the possible research designs nga fit sa ato ang research or sa ato ang study. So actually nara ni tanan siya sa internet, no? But if ganahan mo malamdagan, of course we do have experts bod, no, from the group na pwede mong madiskussan as to why ing ana dapat nga research design ang inyong gamiton. Okay? All right. Next, let's go to number 2, research respondents or subjects. So we know already, kibaw naman jud ta ani, but I just want to give no nga kanideng research respondents and subjects or participants, tulo din ni sila oy. So respondents, when can we say that it's research respondents? When can we say that it's research subject? And when can we say that it's research participants? So first, if we say research participants, these are usually in qualitative research. No, so kung maingon ka, isuwat nimo dito, so imong ibutang research participants if mag-quali ka. So for example, we have interviews, okay? And if we say research respondents, so from the word no respond, they're going to answer a questionnaire, And this is usually for quantitative research designs. And if we say subjects, so basically these are for experimental katong mga bata no nga ato ang eksperimentahan. So that's those atong tawag nila research subjects. So these are usually in experimental or scientific research and in quantitative research. All right. Next we have research local, no? As research local means, so may meaning ani, no? Sayo na jud kining topic ka na to, no? So this discusses the place or setting of the study. So describes in brief. So ako dyan ang gihighlightan ang brief ha, meaning ay lang jud taasa, no? Kung asa nahimutang ang imuhang place where you conduct the study. Just describe it briefly lang. The most essential descriptions lang ang atong ibutang. Alright? Next, we have the gathering procedure. So in this part, we are going to discuss the process of gathering and measuring information on variables of interest in an established systematic fashion that enables one to answer stated research questions, test hypotheses, and evaluate outcomes. So in this phase, you're just going to describe as how you're going to gather your, or how will you conduct, and then how will you do the gathering procedure of your data. So ana lang yun. So diri manggawas ang atong in English. Okay? Next, we have ethical issues. So karon no nowadays it's very important that we are going to state our kanang ethical issues in our research. So even in our masters, I don't know with other school, but in our school we will undergo kanang ethical sa to say term ato basta marag kanang mo undergo mi sa anak nga section ethics committee to check sa amo ang study. I check ang among study. So also man din siya, what's ethical issues means. So basically, when you say ethical issues, so research ethics are the set of ethics that govern how scientific and other research is performed at research institutions such as universities and how it is being disseminated. So imuhang isulti didto no kung unsa nga mga set of ethics ang imuhang subayon or sundon upon conducting research. So what are the key features? So first we have with this ethical issues, so we can actually minimize the risk of research to participants. So with this ethical issues, protected ang ato ang mga participants ani. Kay take note, we cannot actually divulge any information to anybody kay kuan man ni siya no kanang unsa na tawag ana confidential. No, this is actually we cannot tell to anybody nga huy si kuan, especially katong mga research bitaw nga murag kuan na siya sa tawag ana kanang bitaw mga teenage pregnancy kanang kisa tong mga natukhang or something like that. So di ba we cannot divulge their identity, who are those people, kay those are actually say tawag ana kanang mga confidential things, no? So second, we need to protect individuals who are members of a group that may be vulnerable to coercion or undue influence as it relates to providing informed consent. So that's why before we do conduct our studies, so na dyan copy no sa ato ang consent, no parent consent if we are going to do experimental with our students, and natay mga approvals nga pambuhaton or natay mga magsuwat tag mga approvals from our school head, from the SDS. And then third, we have ensuring that research subjects participation is informed and voluntary. So Diring dapita makita nato nga nobody is being forced to be part of your research. All right? But some researchers murag manghatag sila bitaw og kanang mga snacks. So that is being discussed in the ethical issues phase nga although voluntary, but you are given them snacks as a form of no thank you or pasalamat sa pag-apil sa imuhang research. Okay? All right. Next, data analysis. So in this phase or in this part, you are going to discuss here the process of systematically applying statistics and logical techniques to describe and illustrate or condense, recap, and evaluate data. So diri nga part manggawas na kung unsa ang imuhang statistical tool nga gigamit. But that is kuan siya kanang unsa na describing each SOP, di ba? Each SOP na may tendency nga dili parehas og statistical tool gamiton. So for example, for SOP1, you will be using weighted mean. So you're going to describe their weighted mean, number 1. So weighted mean is being problem number 1. Ibutang nimo dito, weighted mean is being used to answer blah blah blah. So ana imo jud ditong i-discuss. Then question number 2, nag-pretest post-test baka or what? Then you're going to discuss there another statistical tool that you're going to use. Okay? So I have here examples of example na siya sa akong research. So action research method di ay is part 3 sa ato ang action research template, no? So again, my research is all about project numero towards students' performance in math in our school. So I have here research design. So akong i-discuss diha. So this study used one group pretest post-test design to assess the efficiency of project numero towards students' performance, no? So one group pretest post-test design compares. So again, in this part, for research design, please make sure nga naalam mo yung description good as to why this particular research design is being used. Okay? So one group, akong basahon, one group pretest post-test design compares the level of performance of the students after completing the course. So this helps, so blah blah blah. So again, for your research design, you are not only limited to use one method, no? So na may uban nga mag-pretest post-test at the same time parehas akong research naapod koy kanang murag descriptive narrative because I am actually checking on the learning experiences of my students about the project. So mo na inyo na nang tan-awon ron kung unsa jud inyohang gustong makuha or unsa jud gusto ninyong outcome so that your SOP matubag yun siya diri sa inyohang research design. Next, we have research locale. So see here akong gingon, this study was conducted in our school. So ako ra pong gi-discuss dito nga the school belongs to a big school category, pila ka number of students, teachers, blah blah blah. But again, pwede ra gyud siya short, no? Pwede ra gyud siya shorter, mga essentials lang. Right? Next, we have research respondents or research subjects or research participants. So again, for research respondents, I have here kuan na siya, mura siya descriptive lang in a paragraph form. But if in any case sa inyong study daghan mo og research respondents, for example, tanan baron inyong tanang grade level inyong giapil. So others, kung makita mo sa ubang research studies, no, sa ilang research respondents nga part, ilang gitabilar. So that's fine also. Basta makita lang yun dito kung pila ka buwak ang imuhang respondents, nya unsa nga mga sections, mga essential descriptions lang pod for your research respondents. Okay? But you can have it in this form lang pod kung gamay-gamay lang, pero kung daghan na, I would suggest you can have a tabular form, no? So for example, mingon mo the grade 7 students of Velasco Sibabo Senior Memorial National High School um, are the respondents, and these are the this is the breakdown of the number of respondents per section. So kung tanang sections inyong gustong studihan. Okay? Next, we have the data collection. So here, unsa may gibuhat ninyo onset of the study, before, during, and after, something like that. So of course, onset of the study, we will need to ask a permission in a form of transmittal letter given to our school's division superintendent, and then to our school head, and then pwede ba ninyo i-add nga sa mga advisors baron, and then to the parents of the students. So ana. Then what happens next? So inyo ra gyud nang ipang-discuss diha unsay nahitabo sa inyohang data collection. And for ethical issues, no? So these are the things nga ako ang gi-discuss. So as you can see, I'm pointing out on the confidentiality, on copyright issues, and on the approval to conduct the study. So kanilang tulo, actually daghan man gud ni siya, but I find this three lang essential for my study. So na ako'y gamayng introduction. So nindot man siya nung nata introduction. So research studies are difficult to lead in light of the fact that these exercises additionally hold some right observations that are fundamental to be satisfied by the researchers. Something like that, na lang kay gamay introduction, and then bullet 1 on confidentiality. So you will discuss there. So the researcher clarified to the subjects of the study that answers were held private. So it seems that in this ethical issues, murag nahog na to contract with our respondents and other kanamurag institutions, no, nga pareha nang on copyright issues. Also the researchers presented their exploration work to the university hub, or asa or i-present or i-publish nato, something like that. And then of course a copy of the plagiarism test results was attached. So we cannot actually submit totally our paper unless dili siya ma-plagiarism or ma-check ang iyahang kanang similarity, ang iyang similarity index. Next, on the approval to conduct the study, so the researcher made a letter to send to the school head and the division superintendent. So in the event of the acquisition of approval, the researcher started to conduct the study. So it's actually a rule of thumb that we are going to ask approval first before ta mo conduct. No, kay para di ta magbuot-buot. Kay mahibong nga nganong nagkuan-kuan kada niya, wala ang atong mga heads, wala kibaw nga nagkandak na daay ka. Okay? Next, for data analysis. So here, as you can see, this is how I presented it. So to achieve the soundness and consistency on outcomes of the experiments, suitable statistical tools were used. So the following statistical tools were used in the study. So di ba akong gi-kuan diri no, gi-discuss. So mean percentage was used to know the level of performance of the students in the pre-post test. Paired t-test, so significant difference. So again, kung mananaw mo ubang researchers na ilahang research, ilahang gitanaw dito, ilahang gibutang dito no, problem 1, yeah, butangan nila unsa nga statistical treatment, then gi-discuss nila. Then problem 2, gibutang po nila ang statistical treatment or statistical tool, then ilaha din gi-discuss. Others, ilaha po, the way they presented it, they have it in tabular, which is also okay. Depende ra gyud na ninyo on how you're going to present it. Are you going to use tables or inyo lang siyang i-discuss? Basta Inyo lang gyud dito gisud kung what are the different statistical tools that were used upon the conduct of the study. Okay, so we're good na, no? So before I will end this session, I just want to remind everybody with this quote coming from one of the brilliant minds, no, in terms of research, si Albert Einstein. So if we know what we are doing, it would not be called research, would it? No, kung kabaw na tang mauna, kibaw na tas tong gibuhat research pa ba na? So mao na ang pangutanan ni Albert Einstein. If we know what we are doing, it would not be called research, would it? So that's it. So ay lang mo kabalak ka if in the first place in the first kuan ba nga wa man ko kahibaw, di man ko kahibaw. So that's fine. No, kaya nag-research man tawa mo jud ta kahibaw. Okay? Further questions. Nay mga pangutana mga higala. O may dito bag. Eh?
Walay,
Hello?
walay. Hi, ma'am.
Ha?
Walay pang
Wala na ma.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, good. Kisa ni?
Si RG, ma'am.
Ah,
Kaya,
yes, Sir RG.
ma'am, sa atong division, kay naabatay ka ng unified format for our research kay baby sa ubang school, nasa sila ilaha. So, if we were going to propose kana research sa atong division, dapat tay format na sundon or we will just kanang present our kanang own nga kanang format ba?
Yes, sir. Actually, naman kita siya, nagitay format, sir, coming from the regional office, gid na siya, sir, nga to ang format, katunag yung full manuscript. But for our presentation, ang ato alang sang gamiton is kato bitang gi-present ni Sir Archie Sandy gahapon nga tables lang sa para dili mo ma-stress, no, kanabang murag tabular form lang ta para dili kaayo ta ingon nga ma-stress ta nga mo come up gid ta full manuscript. Ang ato lang is you are guided as to where you will be going when it comes to your research. Pero don't you worry, sir, ang naagid ay format, we will give it to you pohon if we can see nga okay na no during our virtual, I guess during our virtual presentation, ihatag na dito ang format. Amo lang na ihatag at Friday atong virtual na. Thursday and Friday. Thursday afternoon and Friday. So ato nang ihatag dito ang format, sir. Okay? Pero for now mga friends, just focus lang sa ato ang tabular, no, table nga gihatag ni sir. Kay para isudsud lang ninyo didto, mga murabag guide lang nato ba, murabag isud lang nato nga at this mo ni siya ako ang asa gani ang kuan, sir? Asa gani ang table? Nahatagan na mag tables, no? I mean, katong template nga tabular. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Nana, ma'am.
Okay, Nana. So, how do you find it man, ma'am? Okay ra ba? Okay ra ba? Dali ra ba pagkuan? Bulleted form o mga key
Bulleted
concepts?
form. Unya, mas clear siya, ma'am, kay at least guided mi ba? Dili pa sa katong full blown bitaw.
Yes. So, mo na mong target na for now, you will be guided kung asa jud ang or unsa jud ang direction sa inyong research. So ato lang ipang bullet form. Dayon for the full manuscript lang, we will be giving you the what you call this, the template after kung makita na namo. Okay? Kay para dili mo maglabad, no? Na dapat ka nang kay ko ihatag na mo tanan maglabad niya ta. So karon kanilang sa dayon kung na kuan na gyud na klaro na gyud sa inyong bullet form nga didto mo ni akong buhaton then ato na siyang ma-transfer gyud didto sa template na gyud. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, good. Further questions? Napa?
None so far, ma'am.
None so far. Sure na gid mo?
Paning kamutan.
Yeah. Ana jud no kanang kuan ta positive lang tas life. Okay, sa chat na to akong i-check ha. Oh, Ma'am Rose Ann Bacono, good morning ma'am. Blurry siya ma'am. Unsay blurry ma'am si X? Dan joke na.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, dili ma'am, oy, si ko ano ba? Ang imong present example ma'am, bakay ganahan ta ko mo as a guide ba? Blurred man ang imong mga atong mga sample
Okay, okay. Sorry kay ma'am. Ako ang X may blurry ma'am do. Ang sample na anyway. Yeah, don't worry ma'am. Ang kanang among presentations ihatag na namo ma'am para nalang jud may guide after day 1 and day 2 karon siya ihatag ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Ma'am, wala pa mi hatagi sa template. Igo ra mi gipakita. Unsa, Ma'am Jessica, amo ka amo kang kuan ma'am. Kami mo fasi ma'am. Asa ha? Kisam ni asam ni na under si Ma'am Jessica. Class lo amo gid sorry ka mama. Calling Ma'am Marian. Asa ni si Ma'am Marian himota? Wa pa jud ni siya nihatag. Ma'am Marian?
Wala ko may tagi 20 ipakita. Sorry ma'am. Pastor 5 po.
Okay ma'am. Noted
Dai,
ma'am.
ako nang isend, ma'am.
Sige siya, palihog in town ko ma'am ha kay si Ma'am Jessica nangita na
Send
sa
ako, don't
template.
worry.
Okay, good. Salamat.
Okay.
Unsa pa man
Noted.
unsa pa man ang inyong gustong mahibaw-an diha mga friends? No, taas pa kita guras. It's 11:06. I still have 54 minutes.
Pwede mahibawan tong balik, ma'am. Ito king qualitative ug quantitative, ma'am. Hindi, di ko malibog, ma'am.
Sa day 1 ang dito.
Qualitative and quantitative research, ma'am, no? Design?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So basically, ma'am, ang kanisang ako ang presentation is just an overview, but for you to know what are those kanang qualitative and quantitative research design, this will be discussed by tomorrow, ma'am, ha? When we say quantitative, ma'am, so basically we are looking into the quantity. So mo na siyang kanang kanabitawng magkuanta si tawag ani kanang mag-compute bitaw yun ta ma'am sa quantity man siya sa quantitative quantity, so there's really a computation, but when we say quality, so
Ma'am.
it's more on experiences, mga interviews, so ana na siya ma'am. So mura siya ganang more on siya sa descriptive bitaw murag mag-describe ka, mag-narrate ka, so suwat gina siya ma'am. So mo na siya mostly sa mga research no kanang ako ang nakit-an, mas daghan ang quantitative research versus qualitative research. Kay if you can imagine, no, if you are going to do research on qualitative, especially if mag-check ka sa culture, no? Mag-check ka sa culture, mag-check ka sa experiences sa tao, sa magkuan man gyud ka good ka nang sana mo go deeper gyud ka ana. Unlike if we do quantitative research, we'll just collect the data in quantity, we're going to treat it no using statistical tool, then after which makibaw na ka kung di siya effective dai siya, or something like that. But again, ma'am, for quantitative research and qualitative research, pwede man ta sa atong research quanti-quali. So, depende lagi na sa imuhang SOP pod, sa imuhang problems, kung unsa imuhang gi-look into. So, for example, pareha sa ako, I want to know if project numero is effective, so I go with quantitative data analysis, no? Ako ang gi-gather ang pre-post test results. And then, ako asang gi-check if ang students ba with that project, nalipay ba sila or what are their learning experiences? So I go with the interview. no, mga pre-structured nga interview with my students. So from there, akong gisuwat ang ilang mga response, and then ako ang excuse me, by team siya. So kung unsay nang gawas gyud dito nga mga problem, it's either a challenges or unsay mga nanggawas gyud dito mostly sa ilahang mga experiences. So mo na siya, that's quali part na pod siya. So kay narrative man siya, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
Salamat kay ma'am ha.
So welcome, ma'am. Don't you worry, by tomorrow i-deep paginag ka ng discuss sa ato ang mga speakers.
Okay,
Okay?
ma'am.
Alright.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next, napatay pangutana. Ganahan ko ani sir, ibaba kisa man na sir kanang babaw sir kanang baba. Si Ma'am Mary Ann di ay. Ingon si Ma'am Mary Ann, kana imong gihatag nga value ni X lahi na sa present. Just something. Again, nagani something si Ma'am Mary Ann, no? Naglagot ka sa imong ex. Bitaw pero mo ni challenge bitaw sa mga math teachers kay labi na mga bata karon no kay mga sana ka ng mga pilosopo ba? Yun siya, ngano mangita pa man kita sa value ni X. Nga X naman na. No, unsa may purpose ngano man na. Right now na to bago na sa nato. Anyway, di masada ma better person karon if wala tong mga contributions ni X. Diba? Okay? Another, wala na? So far, kumusta ang inyuhang kuan ron, ang lagay ng lagay ng mga sana inyuha wala mo kailan tanon diha na unsa naman mo diha? Kada so far wala pa na information overload.
Labad na gamay, ma'am.
Okay, Ginoo ko, Lord. Ay lang yun po sa Facebook, ma'am ha, kay anahaon gyud kag feeling sick ta na yan, impas anahaon tagoan. Ang anahaon niya tag ambulansya. Okay, so again, di lang kita magpaka-stress, no? Di lang kita magpaka-stress. Oh, yes, ma'am. From Ma'am Maria Emelino, yes, ma'am. Correct. Yes, correct, ma'am. Makaligon ang gihatag nga labad ni X. Dami na ka.
Ma'am Marge,
Yes.
from Pit OCS, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Kisa ni si Ma'am
G.
Ma'am
Ma'am-
RG. I mean, Sir RG, sorry.
Ma'am, katubang imong example ganina is katong sa Hilasyo is usa to siya nga type of research design, ma'am, katong imuhang example. Is it experimental?
Yes, sir. Experimental research, sir. Pre-post test to siya, sir.
Ma'am, kanang nabatay example ko sa non-experimental, ma'am, kay para among at least namin idea ba if among research is non-experimental ba siya or experimental nga design.
Yes, sir. Naa si Ma'am Dang tomorrow sa qualitative mo discuss man po siya, sir. Iyahang research actually iyang action research is non-experimental, qualitative. Unsay pasabot nimo, sir, kanang naara ba tay kanang gitawag og survey lang, sir? Kanang murag descriptive survey lang.
Okay. Yes.
Kana bitaw mo check mo kuan lang ka mo hatag lang kag questionnaire or sort of survey questions. Na ikaw man imong paansiran sa mga bata, and then after which katura imuhang tan-awon nga data unsa implication ato. So yeah, based on the data. So naa na siya, sir.
Okay.
Descriptive survey lang ta. So mag-survey ka, then you will describe what's the implication. You will describe the results. Pwede ra siya wala kay experiment na hitabo. Wala experiment nga nahitabo, sir.
Okay. Sige, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, welcome. What else? Lami kay posisyon si Ma'am Melicar Tanyola, no? Hi, Ma'am Melicar. Si Ma'am Maria Emily pod no ug si Ma'am Rodisa Dikan. Serious kay si Ma'am do. Hi Ma'am Rodisa.
Nagseryoso siya ma'am kay gibinuangan na siya sa iyang ex. Joke.
Sige lang Ma'am. Kung na si ex, maabot kinasway. Lanit.
Kanig yung mga mathematician ma'am, og yun na sila magsigig pabalik-balik pa hinumdum na to sa tong ex ma'am oy. Nganom na
Ay.
sila ma'am.
Paulan sa dani nila Ma'am. Ay niya, pwede raman taen nganong ex man kasagaran. Pwede promote siyang usually use no. I don't know sad kay bawo ka kung math teacher sad ka no nya mo discuss ka nya bago kang gibuwagan. Sus ginaw ko makahilak na lang kastago.
Ma-feel good nimo ang moment.
Ma-feel gani mo ang moment. Yes, murag na istorya. Kumusta mga higala? No, ang by the way, ang katong share ni Sir Kirby, essentially ito siya no kanang wala sa jugo kay baw ato sir. No, thank you so much for sharing ang katong ebook. But again, remind lang gyud ha nga that is for personal consumption. So, magamit sad to siya ninyo if mag-proceed mo sa inyong masterals or doctorals. Kay yes, tinuod gyud lisod gyud ang pagpangita og references. Especially karon pandemic ta, we cannot go to the mga National Library. No, di ta kaadto sa tong school kay ma-COVID niya ta, Ginoo ko. So ato na lang ta sa Library Genius to sir no?
Genesis.
Library Genesis. But di lang gid nato siya i-reproduce or di lang gid nato siya ikatag ang ato ang na-downloads that is for personal consumption. Okay? Okay. Library Genesis. Unya unsa pa man Ma'am Maria Cristina unsa ni?
Congratulations
Ma'am.
Jason Raliso.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Nama ko
Malami-
yas, ma'am ba?
Kisa man ni Ma'am si Mary Chris Pansan. Yes, ma'am.
Katuging, nakuha lang ko sa kuha, ma'am, katuging sa mga resources nga pwede ikuan. Anong dili man pwede ang katong Wikipedia, ma'am? Isa pwede ikuan, may mong source.
Dili pwede ang Wikipedia, it's because kuan man ka kanang ang Wikipedia is editable man gud siya, ma'am. So when we are referring to references, dapat katugid siyang mga reliable resources lang gid siya, but those reliable resources man good mas kampante ta sa mga books bitaw, mga published books. So kung Wikipedia lang siya ma-edit ra man gud siya, ma'am, di ba? According to them bitaw nga kanang not everything in Google is correct. Mo na atong kailangan bantayan. So we cannot just get any kanang references lang, dili na siya pwede. Mabita tong giingon nga there are some katong mga blog posts no, dili siya pwede kay what if kuan magud siya kanang mura ba siya just being posted there no, nga wala siya na QA something. Yeah. Once kung mag-Google search pud mo, much better if adto mo sa Google Scholar. Nakainaan na siya dito. Okay?
So, muna
Yes.
i-type naman dito, ma'am. Nakuha.
Adto mo dito mag-type mo dito Google Scholar, then i-type ninyo dito, for example, katong giingon example ni sir, you're going to check kanang classroom management, sir, no? Classroom management, i-check nimo dito nga ay akong study ganahan mo ko study sa kuan kanang unsa na ganahan ko mo study kani nga practice ako ang classroom management unsa man. So mo na mo type ka dito, ma'am, kay nara man jud na goy mga related na mga studies sa imuhang gusto pong studyhan. So ato ka Google Scholar, ginara na siya dito ipanghatag ng mga link. Basta na siya ipanghatag dito nga mga possible researches nga kuan pare-pareha ra pud sa imuha.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. What else? Okay, by the way, ako lang i-inform ha, cluster 5, among i-send karon ang ang template, katong tabular template ha. So pasensya kaayo no kanang wa gyud mi naglig-on diring dapit ta. Baw na lang. So nawala pa ang tabular na amo sang pangitaon din i-send na mo later. Okay? All right. What else? Some questions pa?
We're waiting.
Hello, Ma'am
Well,
Marge.
yes, Ma'am Ma'am
Ay!
Candy.
Kailan
Okay.
din sa patingog.
Yes.
Okay, Ma'am Marge, ako lang i-clarify ba regarding gani sa katong presentation that we will be having on Thursday and Friday. Kanang kato gani siyang tanan nga template nga naa dito mo to siya among i-fill out no like katong introduction section, katong innovation, kato gyud tanan ma'am like kato tanang naa dito. Nangutana
Yes,
lang.
Ma'am Candy. Katugid siya tanan, Ma'am Do. But anyway, ay lang jud kung unsay inyuhang masuwat dito in bullet form raman sad.
Alright.
So when you present, so bullet form man siya no, so you will discuss there as to nganong ing ani, nganong ing ana. So ang inyuhang murag further discussions na lang during the virtual presentation lang. But for completing the template, just have it in bullet form. Okay?
Alright.
All
Thank you,
right.
ma'am.
Welcome. So I hope nag-start na mo no from title to background, dayon down to research questions, RRL, and this one for their methodology. Okay? So I hope you're starting it na. No, may medyo ng hinay-hinay basta kanunay. Alright, para di jud ta ma-stress. No, kay COVID ra ba? Okay? Alright, so what else? While waiting ta ni Sir Archie, no, naala kung ganahan mo, ipa-shoutout inyong ex, pero ang problema lang, gid kita lang dyan makadungog ra, wala pa ta na upgrade no sa kahanginan. I'm so sorry mga higala. Kung magpa-update mo magpa-shoutout mo sa inyong ex, pwede ra gyud kaayo. Pero ang 49 ra gyud kay ang makahibaw. Sorry. O pag yun ta kapalit og transmitter mga higala. Kay mao na ra ba ni ang new normal no?
Ma'am, mainta mahibawa na to nga positive, ma'am. Positive siya nga nakagusto na to, ma'am ba?
Halo. Kana Ma'am Donna no lami jud na dapat mahibaw-an nato nga positive ba siya, positive nga nakagusto nato. No may tag naa sad ko ana no na kit ana ba. No so manawagan lang kita sa mga scientist karong panahon na kung naghimo mo kit kung positive ba sa COVID, apili lang sa kit kung positive ba siyang nakagusto na mo in town kay saon na lang.
Hi,
Para
Ma'am Margie.
Kapoy kay glaom, ma'am.
Ma'am, to clarify lang ba?
Yes, ma'am,
Hi,
to
ma'am.
clarify. Kisa ni si Ma'am, yeah,
Miss
Ma'am
Sheila.
Sheila. Yeah, Miss Sheila.
Ma'am, I think murag apilon gyapon na siyang conclusion and recommendation section. Katong sa mga sections nga i-fill out ma'am ba? Or dili ni siya apil kay findings naman ni siya. Sa ni? Last naman ni siya conclusion and recommendation man ni siya. So dili siguro ni siya apil ma'am no?
Yeah, thank you so much, Ma'am Sheila. I'm
Kani-
sorry, kay wala pa sa ko kita sa template, no? Thank you so much for that. Yes, for our virtual presentation, that's good for proposal only. So that's from title down to kanang research methodology. Okay?
Thank you, Ma'am Marge.
Oh, welcome. Sorry about that, Ma'am Candy, ha? So, ang template nga katong ato ang gihatag, ang atoa lang is from title down to research methodology because we cannot actually give the results and discussion kay wala man gyud ta pa nagkandak. So, proposal lang sa siya. So, proposal is from title to research methodology. Okay? Yeah, mura gud siya thesis writing 1. Yung from chapter 1 until chapter 3. Okay? Di na kita mag-uulan no kay kuan. ligo na ba yata tungod ni X. So kana lang sa. All right. So I guess Sir Archie is here. So for further announcement, so I'll give you now to Sir Archie.
Hindi yung attendance ng i-complete na lang daan.
So, ano ba yung
Work from home.